Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Mile High Huddle. I am your host, Kim Becker, and joining me, as always, is editor and publisher Chad Jensen. And Chad, George Paton has finally broken his silence about their plan for pick number 9 in the NFL draft next week. Can you tell us a little bit about what he said?
Very, very interesting stuff. So George Paton, in a direct quote to Ryan O'Halloran of the Denver Post, revealed that there has been some action on the number 9 overall pick that, of course, the Broncos currently hold. Here's a direct quote from Paton, courtesy of the Denver Post. Quote, "I've already heard from teams that want to move up to 9, so teams from behind the Broncos looking to move up. I've heard from one team that wants to move back from the top 8, close quote." And then we learned, of course, on Tuesday that from Adam Schefter that the Carolina Panthers are so excited about Sam Darnold, apparently, that they're open to trading back from pick 8. They're right in front of the Denver Broncos. So I don't think it would take a rocket scientist to deduce that team Peyton's mentioning might be interested in moving back could be the Carolina Panthers. But what does it mean for the Denver Broncos? What Peyton is revealing here, he's really positioning himself and the team in a way that, none of his counterparts across the NFL, all the different GMs, can really anticipate or know what the Broncos are going to do in the draft. And that's good. George Paton is proving to be quite good with his poker game, right? His poker face. My gut feeling on this, even though we don't really have any kind of a track record or history with George Paton to draw from, aside from what the Vikings did with him in the number 2 chair for all those years. But I still think the most likely event is that the Denver Broncos either take a non-quarterback at pick 9, the best one available, whether it's an offensive tackle, a linebacker, a corner, or they move back. They find a trade partner, especially if one of these quarterbacks, whether it's a Mac Jones, a Justin Fields, a Trey Lance, kind of falls a little bit on team behind the Broncos, like the Patriots or someone like that, Washington maybe, might be encouraged enough, Kim, to give up some capital to trade with the Broncos at pick 9. So really interesting stuff. The phones are ringing. And the last thing I'll say on this is George Paton telegraphed to all of Broncos country the day he was hired that, hey, look, we're going to be a part of every deal. Doesn't mean we're going to make every deal, but we're going to be a part of every deal. So it's good to know that you got a GM there at UC Health Training Center that's probably, it's safe to say, going to take the best deal, make the best decision that's on the table.
Well, it's interesting that potential North Carolina trade, at 8, that's only one spot away from where the Broncos are right now at 9. It would be interesting to see what would be involved in that trade package, because I feel like moving up one spot, I don't know, it would just be really interesting to see what all would be attached to that.
You can really go down the rabbit hole trying to, math your way into figuring out what the compensation would be. And there is such a thing as the NFL trade value chart that's available, but it's kind of old. I've been told by NFL people that what most media cite as the NFL trade value chart, the point system that was really the brainchild of Jimmy Johnson as the head coach of the Dallas Cowboys, that it's very outdated, that it used to be quite accurate relative to how teams viewed the value of moving up and down in the draft. But now that it's a little bit outdated. So even if you knew for sure, though, what the trade value chart was between 8 and 9 and what the compensation therein would be, that all goes out the window, Kim, when you throw into the equation the laws of economics, supply and demand. If there are multiple teams there, that can change some things. So I don't know. We'll see. But Carolina Panthers, they might be looking to trade back. If the Broncos do indeed have their heart set on a quarterback, as some, I wouldn't say conspiracy theorists, but as some very pining Broncos fans and Broncos media, for that matter, hope, maybe they move up with Carolina and take that deal.
Exciting things. We're only a little bit over a week away, so definitely there's a lot of anticipation attached to all of this as well. But Chad, as always, thank you so much, and we will see what happens.
Thanks, Kim.